Thiruchitrambalam, Hara Hara Nama Parvati Pataye, Hara Hara Mahadeva, Sitsabesa, Sivasidambaram, Tenarde Sevene, Putri and Natorkum Vireva, Putri, Thiruchitrambalam. எடுக்கும் மாக்கதை இந்த மிழ்ச்செய்யுளாய் நடக்கும் மேன்மை நமக்கருள் செய்திட தடக்கை ஐந்துடை தாழ் செவி நீழ்முடி கடக்களிற்றை கருத்துள்ளிருத்துவாம் உலகலாம் உணர்ந்து ஓதற்கரியவன் நிலவுலாவிய நிர்மலி வேணியன் அலையில் சோதியன் அம்பலத்து ஆடுவான் மலர் சிலம்படி வாழ்த்தி வணங்குவான் சைவத்தின் மேற்சமயம் வேறிலை அதில் சார் சிவமாம் தெய்வத்தின் மேற் தெய்வம் இல்லனும் நான்மறைச் செம்பொருள் வாய்மை வைத்த சீர் திருத்தேவாரமும் திருவாசகமும் உய்வை தரச் செய்த நால்வர் பொற்றாள் எம்முயிர் துணையே. தில்லை வாழந்தனரை முதலாக சீர்படைத்த தொல்லையதான் திருத்தொண்ட தொகையடியார் பதம் போற்றி உலையவர் புராணகதை உலகறிய விரித்து உரைத்த செல்வமலி குன்றத்தூர் செக்கிழாரடி போற்றி. ஆதாரமாகிய மாணிக்க வாசகர் பாதாரவிந்தம் மணிமோம் பண்டு செய்த தீதான பாவங்கள் எல்லாம் தீர்ந்து ஞானோதயம் வந்து கூடிடுமே. திருச்சிற்றம்பலம். Dear devotees, welcome back to the Periyapuranam Discourse series. With the blessings of the Almighty Lord Shiva, we are here to think through the wonderful history of the great Nayanar and Sri Vayilar Nayanar as well. Let me bow my head to the lotus feet of Thiruchitrambalam and also to the 57th Pontiff of Gunamatti Kalyanapuriyadina, Shri Guruma Sanidanam, Shri Rajasaranam Manikrosa Swami as well. By the grace of the Almighty Lord Shiva, let's go ahead and get started with Shri Nindraseer Nedumara Nayanar Puranam. Nindraseer Nedumara Nayanar ruled over Pandya Empire with Madurai as his capital city. You may recall we covered a lot about Nindraseer Nedumara Nayanar in Srimad Thiruchitrambalam history as well. Nedumara Nayanar and his wonderful wife Mangenkarasi Thayar. So we're going to cover at a very high level about the history of Nedumara Nayanar in this session. So Madurai was the capital city of Pandya's empire, and as all of us already know, Madurai contributed to the growth of the three forms of Tamil, namely Iyal, Isai, Nadagam in Tamil. In English we can say prose, music and drama. That's where they had that songs, three different first, middle and last songs in Madurai. Nayanar's wonderful wife, Queen Mangenkarasi, she was the princess from Chola Empire. She had deep love for Lord Shiva and also followed the principles taught by Shaivism. When King Nedumara Nayanar got deluded into the thinking of other religion, it was actually the Queen Mangenkarasi and the Chief Minister Pulachirai Nayanar invited the great Sri Thiruchitrambalam over to Madurai to revive Shaivism. Sri Thiruchitrambalam was able to convince the king Nedumara Nayanar that Shaivism was superior to anything else. The king also became a great Shaivite and a staunch devotee of Lord Shiva. And with all, Thiruchitrambalam also cured his high temperature disease by applying the holy ash all over his body, and he sang a wonderful padiyam, Tirunettu Tirupadiyam Devara hymn called Mandiramavadaniru. And Thiruchitrambalam also fixed the king's bent back. He got that straightened when he sang the padiyam Tirupasuram on the bank of Vaigai river. Nayanar stood tall and handsome. In a fraction of a second, he got transformed from a Kun Pondian to a handsome Nindraseer Nedumara Nayanar. Nindraseer Nedumara Nayanar continued to serve Shaivism, Shiva devotees for a long time. In Thiruchitrambalam, Srimad Sudrapti Swamigal praises Nindraseer Nedumara Nayanar as Niraikunda Sindayal Nelveli Nindraseer Nedumara Nadiyar Kandiyen. So, in this specific phrase, Sudrapti Swamigal says, he conquered Tirunelveli from another king, and he also mentioned Niraigonda Sindayal, his mind completely fulfilled with thoughts of Lord Shiva. So what happened when Nedumara Nayanar was ruling Pandya Empire? There was a king from North India. So he came to defeat Nedumara Nayanar with an ocean of army. The war was started in the battlefield. Pandya forces started losing a bit, and then Nindraseer Nedumara Nayanar prayed to Nayanar prayed to Lord Shiva, and with the blessings of Lord Shiva, the valorous King Nedumara Nayanar was victorious, driving away the enemies and the king from North India back to North India. So he was magnificent in power, merciful in ruling, and mindful with salutations to Lord Shiva. That's why he's called. Sundar Swami says, Neregonda Sindayal Nelveli Nindraseer Nedumara Nayanar. So as we talked about this specific phrase, we also need to say a few words about Tirunelveli. Tirunelveli means Nelayapur temple. Immediately we recall such a glorious Shiva temple, one of the most iconic and well-known temples of Lord Shiva in Tamil Nadu. It's also most renowned and visited famous tourist destination in the state. The temple, the temple is such a masterpiece of architecture, completed several thousands years ago. No one can say when exactly it was built. And the overall temple complex covers an area of 14.5 acres land, 14.5. And Nindraseer Nedumara Nayanar constructed some amazing music pillars right in front of Swami Nelayapur Samadhi. If you have not been to this temple so far, please do pray to Lord Shiva, and you must visit this temple at least once in a life. Such a wonderful temple. He built that musical pillars in 7th century. When you just kick them, if you hit them, the music will come out. So the music made from this pillar, when you hit them, it's a proof of their superior craftsmanship of Pandyas. The historical significance of this temple is beyond comparison. It's a fine example of temple architecture with a brilliant exterior and inside that is sublime. Swami Nelayapur temple sculptures and architecture are exquisite. The paintings are extremely beautiful and mesmerizing. So, such a great temple. Nindraseer Nedumara Nayanar continued to serve the growth of Tamil and Shaivism. He helped the cause of Shaivism and spread that religion in his region. At one fine day, Nedumara Nayanar meshed with the lotus feet of Lord Shiva. That's all about Nindraseer Nedumara Nayanar history. The next Nayanar we're going to talk about today is the great Vayilar Nayanar. Vayilar Nayanar was from Mylapore, Chennai, Mylapore. The moment we say Mylapore, immediately the Lord's name will come to our mind, Sri Kapalishwarar and the goddess Sri Karpakambal. Mylapore has always been prosperous in the rich wealth it derived from the sea, as well as in the rich devotion to Lord Shiva. And Nayanar was born here, Vayilar Nayanar. He was a very sincere devotee of Kapalishwarar and Karpakambal. He established them in the temple called his heart, and lit a bright lamp called constant devotion. So he constructed a temple in his heart. His life is an example for the wonderful Devara hymn by Tirunavukara Swamigal. I'm going to read that out now. From Tiruvayar, Tirunavukara Swamigal, 4th Tirumurai, from Tiruvayar. Thiruchitrambalam. சகமலா தடிமை இல்லை தானலால் துணையும் இல்லை நகமெலாம் தேய கையான் நான் மலர் தொழுது தூவி முகமெலாம் கண்ணீர் மல்க முன்பணிந்தேத்தும் தொண்டர் அகமலால் கோயில் இல்லை ஐயன் ஐயாரனார்க்கே. திருச்சிற்றம்பலம். Such a wonderful Devara hymn. Here Appar Swamigal says, for the Lord of Thiruvayar, Panjanadeshwar, Sri Ayyarappar, there is no temple other than the heart of the servants who serve him, who love him, and prostrate in front of him. That's the temple. Heart is the temple that Shiva will never leave. Vayilar built that attractive temple for the Lord Shiva, who's attractive in spite of being simple with snakes and skulls as the ornaments. Nayanar built that temple out of his non-forgetting thinking and brought the God in the altar. His feeling of that first relative became the bright light that illuminates the altar and chases away the gloom. The eternal bliss became the scented water to anoint the Almighty. For that Lord of Justice, his love was the offering, his service was the songs praising his fame. With his heart blossom and flourish in that prayer, he involved in the eldest, the completeness of his offering that comes out of his flawless love every day. See, the ultimate goal of a devotee would be to involve himself completely in the bliss with Lord Shiva. A devotee with that involvement is in the state of liberation, and he will aspire for nothing further other than being with Shiva. Nayanar's internal worship continued without any break for a long, long time, and as expected, Shiva was very impressed and he blessed Nayanar. Nayanar attained the greatest prize that all yogis would look for, merging the holy feet of Lord Shiva, who sits in the shade of banyan tree, Sri Dakshinamurti. So Vayilar Nayanar got merged with the lotus feet of Lord Shiva. That's all about Vayilar Nayanar. We will cover Sri Muneduvar Nayanar in the next session. Thiruchitrambalam என்றும் இன்பம் பெருகும் இயல்பினால் ஒன்று காதலித்து உள்ளமும் ஓங்கிட மன்றுளார் அடியார் அவர் வான்புகழ் நின்றது எங்கும் நிலவி உலகலாம். திருச்சிற்றம்பலம். ஹரஹர நம பார்வதி புதையே ஹரஹர மகாதேவா சித்சவேசா சிவசிதம்பரம் தென்னாருடைய சிவனே போற்றி எந்நாட்டவர்க்கும் இறைவா போற்றி. ஸ்ரீ நின்றசீர் நெடுமாற நாயனார் முரடிகள் போற்றி போற்றி. வயலார் நாயனார் முரடிகள் போற்றி போற்றி. திருச்சிற்றம்பலம்.